It's 8-14. Big Game James, your good friend. You guys go back and forth a lot. Mr. Cornbread Maxwell. And there he is.
Sit down, Cedric.
Sit down, Cedric.
The rivalry never ends.
He sent James a text before the game and a little bet.
At least I'm smoked Cubans and he smoked Chipperillas. I just want to go home, man. I just don't know what to say, Brad. I'm kind of ready to go home and just forget about it. It was ugly. Man, I would have tomahawked that dunk. First win at home against the Lakers, I would have gone in there and tomahawked that thing. But I think like what I saw was frustration on Russ's part for losing the game and him coming back.
Russ, like I said, should only be mad at everybody on that plane because they had that game won.
Because it's just really not a lot to talk about. I mean,
I don't know, man. It was just pretty ugly. And I think the Lakers are going to have to really think about how they want to play. And, you know, to lose to Oklahoma after being up 26, not getting to the line, not moving the ball, not playing defense.
They were 15 for 44 from behind the arc from three. AD was 0 for 5. LeBron was 2 of 13. And that's all they shot going down the stretch.
Where do I begin? Lakers lose in embarrassing fashion.
Punching them in the mouth. And the Lakers was like fiberglass. And
as an athlete,
like that. So
you're trained to conjure up energy and, you know, be focused in basketball for 48 minutes. And you have to finish the job. Regardless of who you're playing, you cannot disrespect the worst team in the league. I've seen a lot of Lakers losses. This might have been like the worst loss I've seen. And they think that teams are going to just lay down for them, and they got to change that. This was really ugly. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'd put them on Greyhound and let them drive back to LA and think about it, because you cannot perform like that. You can't be a Laker and play like they did tonight. There's a lot of details, a lot of stuff, stats and all that, but that's a mindset, and they don't have it yet. And it's the disrespect that they showed. It's not Laker style. It's, you know, they got to figure out. They got to figure out some stuff. The last shot by Monk, I don't know what that was.
It's offense leads the defense, because when the Lakers were scoring, they were up defending. They were doing everything because they was feeling good about themselves. But once they stopped scoring, they started pointing fingers like, help me on defense, and doing things of that nature.
We don't involve enough people. LeBron is great, and I love to see the ball in his hand. But if that's all we're going to do is stand around and shoot threes, he's a good three-point shooter. We got to do more than that. That's not team basketball. That is not team basketball. That is, we're going to take our elite players, hope we hit some threes, forget about Monk, forget about other guys who can create. You know, where's your playbook? This can't be it down the stretch, because this is not a winning formula, okay? Standing around and just no movement is easy to defend. They got to do some soul searching now. I mean, I still think there are ways out, but my God, I mean, coming home, losing to the Sacramento team without 2 starters, the team is not playing that great. Forget about Thanksgiving. That's no excuse. We all are full of turkey. But man, they were full of something else tonight, Brad.
I watched the game, and as soon as they get a lead, they start smiling and having all these antics and not realizing that other team is watching you. And that's kind of fueling their fire. And for me, I know that's what this game has turned into. Everybody wants to throw antics up. When they make a three, they so happy they finally make a shot and all this kind of stuff. But to me, you laughing and you smiling, that right there, to me, is not being professional. The grit and the grind, no smiling, and just beat someone down. And you said it, they've only won 1 game this year by 10 points. And
Houston. That was Houston game.
And Houston is the worst team in the NBA. There has to be some type of sense of urgency. You gotta want to beat someone. You don't want to win a game. You want to beat someone down. They don't understand that they gotta beat people. They gotta put the fear in people, because right now, we said, and we say it all the time, nobody fears the Lakers.
Yeah, there was a time when, you know, when you got that beat down one time, you knew for the rest of the season when you saw the Lakers, it was going to be a beatdown. That no longer exists. They haven't proven to us that they're experienced enough as veterans to take care of games. So I think he's got to take control
I don't think
of this.
they can get themselves out of this as players. Because they've had enough opportunities. I mean, they got leadership, they got some kind of virus going on. If they don't get hold of it, you know, every team that comes into Staples Center, forget about on the road. If they don't get hold of this, every team that comes into Staples Center is going to have a lot of confidence, thinking that in 4 quarters that they'll be able to beat this team.
Yeah.